To this week's beautybook.ie, Hero Beauty Products. And this week, a bit different, we're delighted to be joined by Lucy. Now, Lucy has set up Fetch Beauty, which is an online beauty edit of beautiful skincare products. And Lucy had what sounds like the dream job. She was a beauty buyer in Harrods before she came back home to Dublin to set up Fetch. So Lucy, maybe you want to give us a bit of background, tell us how glamorous your life was when you were in Harrods, and then what led you to set up Fetch, and how, a bit about what you guys do.
Cool. So thanks so much for having me. I suppose, I did have a fabulous job. It was amazing. But I wanted to, I suppose the way, what my true kind of love at Harrods was kind of niche beauty brands. So the doctor-led brands, the brands that were founded by dermatologists. And over my 5 years there, I spent a lot of time, I suppose, learning from these incredible experts. And I suppose the whole idea of Fetch kind of came from that kind of no compromise, what is the best ingredient? What's the newest technology? Where's the innovation coming from? And I just kind of saw a gap in the market for a pure player in skincare. And then I suppose the whole thing about the edit of Fetch is that we don't have, thousands of products or hundreds of brands. Everything is really tried and tested. It just kind of came from that. And I just felt like Dublin was an amazing place to do that. There's some incredible talent here. And also I was just really lucky that a lot of the brands that I'd worked with in the past were very willing to work with me and to work with Fetch, and they got the concept. And obviously we're very content heavy as well. But I do miss my colleagues in Harrods very much. I had a fabulous time there, but I go back and visit when I can.
Well, then you have the best of both worlds if you're able to go back and do your own thing as well. So
exactly.
So the brands that you have now, like, they're very, and maybe this, like, it's good to explain to people who are joining us, and whoever's joined, say hi. If you have any questions or comments, let us know. Or if you have afterwards, we'll keep an eye on the comments and come back to any questions that you guys have. But the brands that you have now, and this is why I was delighted when you're going to come on, they're not the, like, household brands that we've all heard about. They're like a little bit special, a little bit like more, you've done research, you found them, you've brought brands back that aren't widely available, so that now they are available here in Dublin.
Yeah, and I suppose you could categorize the brands that we sell on Fetch Beauty as niche. So that's kind of the opposite of what we would call the legacy brands. So by legacy, I mean the brands owned by the Estee Lauder companies or L'Oreal or LVMH. So they're all brands that, and don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with them, but our brands are all independently owned. A lot of them are female founded, whether that be a doctor, a makeup artist, a dermatologist, an esthetician. And I suppose every single product is very personal to these people. And the reason why they're there is because they've found something, they've discovered something in their day job. So we've got one brand from a makeup artist based in New York called Lauren Napier. And, she was looking for a quick way to change makeup between shows that, so basically she needed a makeup wipe, but there was no good makeup wipes out there. So she created a product which has got no alcohol in it, that's packed with antioxidants. And then we've got other brands, like one of our brands from Singapore, Allies of Skin. That's for people who don't have time to do 5 or 6 different steps in the evening. It's just one product that's packed with antioxidants, retinol, vitamin C. So it's just, I suppose, a different sort of integrity behind the products and the brands. And, for most part, I would have a relationship with the brand founders themselves, and I would often deal directly with them. So I suppose they're brands that the research dictates what the new product is. It's not necessarily sitting around a boardroom and going, oh, we're down in the eye category this year, we better create a new eye product.
Okay.
And it's no disrespect to those industries either. And also a lot of, like, pretty much most of our brands are exclusive in Ireland to Fetch Beauty.
And you have, like, a pretty rigorous testing approach to them as well. Must be very hard to work having to try all the time.
Non-stop. Like, I give product to friends and family. I try a lot myself. But at the end of the day, we're an independent business. So every product that we buy, I'm personally investing in them, so they have to be good. We don't necessarily take the full, there could be 30 products in a brand. We might only take 5 because they're 5 that I believe in and that I believe will sell, and that the customer, at the end of the day, it's worth the money that they're going to spend on it.
Brilliant. Maria says hi. Maria Mackenzie, Lucy. She said hi, Lucy.
Hi, Maria. Love Maria. She's so fun.
Maria, really, we were just talking about, before we went live, about the bum cream, the Brazilian bum cream. Because and I hear everybody talking about it, especially you, Maria. I think it's
it's amazing. We were just chatting before we went live, and we've just sold out. So we've got a new delivery coming all the way from America. It should be in next week, so I'll let everyone know. But yeah, it's amazing.
So maybe on that note, Lucy, we'll kick off with what you did pick as your hero products.
So I have some products in my little Fetch Beauty bag.
Very glamorous.
So it's hard to only pick 5, but I know we're a bit short on time. So I'll start off with the moisturizers. So I've picked this one here. This is a really good seller. It's from Nuori. It's the Vital Facial Cream. So this is a day and night moisturizer. It's packed with antioxidants, vitamin C, and hyaluronic acid. This is an amazing cream for I suppose, for signs of aging. It's got a gorgeous texture. It's very creamy, and it's a totally natural brand as well. Sorry, that's just some mishap there. So it's a totally natural brand as well. There's absolutely no preservatives in there whatsoever. So we only have things on the shelf for about 6 months, and then after that, we swap them around with the brand. So it's a Danish brand as well, but it's fabulous. It's a really gorgeous moisturizer, and it goes in really well. And things like makeup goes on well over it. That's a really big thing when it comes to choosing the right sort of skincare. Is that you have to be aware that people are going to put makeup on afterwards. There's no point having something that's too creamy that the makeup just falls straight off. So that's Nuori. That's a really good one. And then the other...
Sorry, I was going to ask. So you were saying you switched around every 6 months, and that's because of the active ingredients that are in it, is it?
Yeah, and because they're totally natural active ingredients, there's no preservatives in there whatsoever. It's actually the only brand in the world that does it. It's super unusual, and it's a pain for them to do, but they just really, it's so important to them as a natural brand. But yeah, so we only keep them for 6 months, and then we swap it back out to get like a fresh batch. So every product has like a batch number on it. So you know that it's completely and utterly fresh. Yeah, and it's Scandi as well. So we love Scandi brands.
Yeah, okay. That's really cool, because that's taking an extra burden on themselves, as well as just trying to sell their product. They're making sure you have the best version of it. That's cool.
And like also things like the glass itself, like everything is recycled, and the glass, there's about 10 different products in the range, but they're all, so this has a coated glass, so it won't turn bad in the sunlight. So whereas some natural products would have preservatives in there that would stop that from happening, they've just been really mindful of everything to make sure that it's completely and utterly clean. So that's natural if you're into natural skincare, but also it's actually also a lovely product if you're not so mindful of natural.
Great, it ticks all the boxes, so which is always brilliant. Okay, Emma says hi. Hi Emma, good to have you back. Will we move on to your next product, the second one?
Yeah. So the next one, this is another moisturizer as well. So this is Universal Emulsion by a brand called Lixer Skin. This is exclusive to Fetch Beauty as well. It comes in 2 sizes. So this is, again, a moisturizer for day and night. It's a different texture to the Nuori one. And this one's more of sort of like this hasn't been opened. It's almost like kind of a gel, so it goes in really easily. So this would not necessarily be used for serious anti-aging concerns. It doesn't have any like retinols in them or any kind of crazy peptides, but in terms of a really nice day and night moisturizer, it has antioxidant protection in there. And then it also, if you want to turbocharge this product, Lixer Skin also have like little boosters that you add into it. So active boosters that you add in that make it more kind of anti-aging and stuff. But it's really nice, and it's just a gorgeous texture, really hydrating.
And Lucy, are both that moisturizer and the first one, are they both equally suitable for dry skin or oily skin, or does one work better for the other than the other for a certain skin type?
I think they're fine for both. I think if you have particularly dry skin, the Nuori is probably a little bit better just because of the hyaluronic acid in it. Hyaluronic acid retains moisture, so it holds up to like 1,000 times its own weight of water. So if you do have dry skin, that's an incredible ingredient to look for in your beauty products.
Okay, brilliant. And we should mention, so the products, like these products are probably more premium end or high end than say ones you might find in Boots. But actually, when we were going through the list of products, some of them aren't as expensive as you think. Like there is a range within that higher end as well. Like some of the products that you have are like 25, 30 euros, right?
Yeah, and I suppose I kind of like with making the edit for Fetch, it's kind of, you know, I think if you're just starting to invest in your skincare, then you start with something like Universal Emulsion. You can use this for a couple of years. You know, it's an amazing product. But you know, the thing is, the founder, the creator of this brand, she's a formulator called Colette. She's very well known. So she would create all of the Ren products. She would create a lot of different Dr. Brand products. She's created all of the Jo Malone body products, things like that. So, you know, when you're buying into a niche beauty product, you're buying into that knowledge, you're buying into that kind of research that goes behind it. So yeah, I just think, you know, if all you can do is, if all you can afford is a really good cleanser and a really good moisturizer like this, then great. You just kind of build up to it.
Yeah, that is a thing, that like you buy a product and it can last for ages. So it is an investment that lasts you. You don't have to change everything overnight and buy loads of really expensive products.
Gosh, no. Just buy what you can afford and buy what you're able to continue to maintain, and then just build up to it.
Now, we're all going to want everything that you're going to show us this evening, having said that. But maybe will we go on to your third product?
Yeah, let me think. So the third one I'm going to show you is, this is kind of a little bit different, but it's one that I just use all the time. This is actually mine. So this is from Alex Carroll. It's a multi-use balm. So as you can see, I've used like most of it. So I use it as a lip balm, but I also use it when I get dry skin. So it's something I'd use a lot more in winter time. But what I love about this is you can mix it with things. So it's kind of like you could sort of say it's like an 8-hour cream, but it's got so beautiful ingredients in there. It's kind of a shea butter base, but then it's got about 12 different oils in there. So it's such a gorgeous product. So if you can kind of see the texture there, and then within Alex Carroll, it's only a range of 5 products, but you can add different things into it to customize it. So this is a powder. And I don't think I told you I was going to show you this, but I just love this product. Sorry, I just get excited. So this is exfoliating powder. So you would use your balm. So this is also your lip balm. It's also your balm you put around your nose or any kind of deep wrinkles or under your eye, any dry patches. But then you mix it with this powder. So it looks kind of like that. And then you mix it in together, and then you've got yourself an exfoliator. And that's gorgeous to use just before you put makeup on say, a Saturday afternoon. It's just a really nice kind of gentle exfoliator. So it's gorgeous. So this multi-use balm, it's like 23 quid or something, and it lasts for ages. But it's just a really lovely product, and it's been doing really well on Fetch.
Okay, brilliant. And those products are the ones that you always go to in your bathroom. You know, that they're there when, as you say, in the middle of the winter, your lips are just cracked and, you know, driving you mad. They're the sort of products that you want to be able to reach for, and it's hard to know what to use sometimes.
Exactly. So that's the balm.
Perfect.
Ross has just joined us. Sorry.
Oh no, I'd say everybody wants to see him just as much. Rocco is at Lucy's dog, or the dog that Lucy's dog sitting for the summer. So our special star guest.
Yeah, he's very needy, so he had to get a credit as well. Okay, so the 2 other products that I want to show you are exfoliating based products, and both are doing really, really well. So the first one I'll show you is by Patchology. So this is Rocco. So this is it's a peel, but it only takes like 5 minutes to use, which I really love. And there's only one left, which shows you how much I use it. So it's called a milk peel. It's like a 5-minute facial. So it's packed with lactic acid, and then it has like coconut and soy milk in it as well. And you literally just put it on for 5 minutes, and it's really great at brightening your skin. It kind of buffs away dead skin cells and gives you a really gorgeous glow. So Patchology is that's just one of their masks. We do like 5 of them, but this is a gorgeous one, and it's doing really, really well. It's just a really light, gentle exfoliator, and it's especially good in summer when you've had like loads of different sunscreen, loads of products on, you've sweated off your makeup. So exfoliating is really important, and these are really good value as well for the ingredients that are in it.
And Lucy, would you use that like once a week, twice a week? How often would you recommend for best results?
Twice a week is fine. But you know yourself, like if you're going out on a Saturday and you want kind of clearer skin, you want your makeup to go on better, that's when you should do a nice peel. So I think, you know, if you buy it and use it once a week, that's perfectly fine as well.
Okay. And when you say peel, I think loads of us get images of Samantha from Sex and the City, and you end up with a big red face. That's not what they're like anymore, though, right?
No, God, like if you can if you can buy something for like less than €30 and it's called a peel, like you're not going to see any redness, anything like that at all. But I think you just need to be mindful of your own skin. I think with peels you'll always feel a little bit of a tingle, and that's kind of normal. But then you just don't, if you feel like your face is burning off, then stop. But unless you have super sensitive skin, I think adding something like lactic acid into your routine is a really simple thing to do.
Perfect. Okay, brilliant. And I think we're nearly at your last product at this stage. Yeah. Oh, Sandra's joined us as well. She said she loves a bit of skincare. I think we all do who are here this evening. It's brilliant.
That's nice. Sandra. Okay, so the last product again, and I realize I'm just talking about 3 different exfoliators, but like they're all very different, I promise. So this one is from Lixir Skin. It's called, and I kind of wanted to talk about this because it sounds a bit mad. But it's actually a really simple product. So it's called Soft Clay Rubber. Now, why you would need rubber or clay for your face, but anyway. So it's again created by that same formulator, Colette, that we spoke about in London. And she's actually French, and the whole the inspiration behind the product is kind of French facials. So French facials do this thing called gommage, where it kind of buffs away the dead skin and brightens your skin, and they do a lot of extraction. So that's kind of the inspiration behind this product. But basically what you do, so it's a mixture of kind of enzymatic exfoliation, but also physical exfoliation. And again, well used by me. It's sort of like a thick clay, so it's kaolin clay, and so you can either use it as a mask, so put kind of a thick layer on, so kind of like that much, and leave it and then wash it off, or you can leave kind of a slightly thinner layer, wait till it dries in, and then you rub it off. And that kind of process of rubbing it off, that's where the physical exfoliation comes into it. So it's like an exfoliation, but without any of the grains involved with that. So it's amazing if you've got blackheads, if you're prone to problem skin, and it'll give you just a gorgeous kind of glowy, dewy complexion. And that's safe to kind of use 2 or 3 times a week. But it's a beautiful product especially if you suffer from breakouts because of the clay involved. But like with other clay products, it doesn't dry out your skin.
So Lucy, if you felt your skin was like, I don't know, a bit clogged up or a bit, just needed a cleanse, you do the thick layer and leave it on for a bit longer. And would you then do the exfoliator, the lighter layer, if it was just a bit dull or wanted brightening up, or how would you decide yourself?
Yeah. I would always let it dry in and rub it off, because my skin isn't really that sensitive. But if I'm in any way congested, or if I know I can feel a spot coming or something like that, then I would leave a light layer on like that, let it dry in, and then you literally buff it off into the sink, and then you'll kind of feel, and also it gets the blood circulation going as well. So yeah, it's a gorgeous, gorgeous product.
Okay. So then Lucy, Maria's saying she needs that now too. I'm like every product that we've gone through, I feel like that. But we've gone through a couple of exfoliators and a couple of masks. So how then, when you look at your skincare routine, how would you decide what ones to use? Or there's certain times, like you mentioned Saturday night, you're probably going to use the lactic acid mask. Would you kind of maybe do this cleansing one maybe during the week then, or how do you manage different products like that?
I mean, it's like choosing my favorites. Yeah, I suppose I kind of know my own skin. Like I wouldn't go more than 3 days without doing some sort of mask or treatment. And I suppose if I feel like my skin is a little bit congested, then I would do, then I would probably choose one of the exfoliating masks. If I only had, so say I had 20 minutes, I would use this. If I had 5 minutes, I would use this one. And then I actually just particularly love the powder from Alex Caro, because it's rough, but it doesn't damage the skin like a lot of the kind of old time exfoliators we would have known in the past. It's still relatively gentle. So I like that because it really kind of buffs the skin for actual makeup. So to anyone normal, they'd be like, that's 3 of the same thing. To me, I'm like, but they're so different. So Yeah, like, I mean, I wouldn't go 3 days, as I said, without doing some treatment or mask, whether that be a hydrating mask or, something for plumping or lifting. But I think, as we were saying earlier, if you're just starting out in skincare, the best thing you can buy is a mask, and then buy a cleanser, and then just build up to it. But it's kind of just all about personal preference. But it's nice to take 5 or 10 minutes out and give yourself a nice face mask. And if you buy the right one, like something like this, if you use it like once a week, that'll last you like 3 or 4 months. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's so true. They do last so long, even expensive at the time. Yeah, and that makes a big difference. Lucy, Sandra has asked if you've any under eye cream recommendations.
Yeah, so we do a couple of different under eye creams, Sandra. It kind of depends whether you're looking for, whether it's lines and wrinkles, like fine lines and wrinkles, or whether it's to help with dark circles and kind of the eye contour area. So don't get me wrong, the good eye products are an expensive investment, but in my opinion, they're definitely worth it. And in terms of preventing, I think they're super as well. I think the Lancer Eye Contour Lift is amazing if you're kind of starting to lose a bit of volume under here, or you're finding that you're quite, I suppose, dark and dark circles, things like that. That's a really great product to use. If you're more concerned with fine lines, there's a Nuori under eye cream as well, or the Perricone MD Co-Plasma Plus is amazing. Now, it's a tiny little 15 ml jar, so you use the tiniest amount. It should last you about 4 or 5 months. And then another one we have as well for sensitive eyes is one from Perricone MD, another one from Perricone MD. It's a hypoallergenic one, so that's really good as well. And then if you want to just try a few different treatments for that, we do a couple of different under eye specific hydrogel masks. So we do them from Patchology and a brand called Shine Pre. And there's day and night ones from Patchology. And the day ones have hyaluronic acid and the night ones have retinol. So if you want to see what kind of ingredients your skin sees a result, kind of an effect from, maybe that's a good way to start out. So maybe start with the eye gels, something like that.
Brilliant. So it was the fine lines, Sandra said, you have fine lines that she was concerned about. So I think we've covered that.
Yeah.
Nathan said, oh, these products sound amazing. And I totally agree. I want to go and spend the day in a spa now, being beautified all around me. So I might ask if anybody asks any questions just before we finish off. But Lucy, this has been brilliant. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you coming on. And thank you. It was so interesting to learn about new brands and to learn how they work, and to make them feel accessible. Sometimes you can feel like brands are too fancy for us to use, or whatever. So it was brilliant to learn about these new brands. Thank you everybody for joining. We really appreciate it. We'll be back next week at the same time. Mary O'Donnell, who's a blogger down in Kerry, is going to join us next week to share her products. Lucy, you're on Instagram and Facebook as Fetch Beauty, so I'll link those in the description. And I'll update. We have all the products listed and all the links to them. So if people want to go and find them, they know exactly where to now. And that's it. So thanks everybody for joining. Lucy, thanks so much for talking to us. Brilliant. So see you next week, everybody. Thanks a million. Bye.